shouldn't be this racism as we see in the world today, and how do we, as scientists, responsibly deal with those issues. In a sense, it was an irresponsible position that he took. Samuel Morton collection, which actually was collected in the middle part of the 19th century by a Philadelphia physician who was very interested in human variation from a lot of different perspectives. One of the major contributions that he made was actually not just amassing all of these skulls, which in his lifetime was about 1,200 or so, but was continued after his death by his student and colleague, Meigs, to about 2,000 or so skulls. But he was, as part of the study, actually determining the volume of the inside of the cranial surfaces of the skulls. His work was used by him and by others in a more sort of volatile way in supporting racism, actually making a case or a claim that brain size was correlated, in a sense, to intelligence of some sort, and therefore the higher the cranial capacity, the smarter the people, in a sense, as justification really for racism. Probably the most famous critique of the collection first came forward in 1980 or so by Stephen Jay Gould, who went back and kind of revisited information about this particular collection, which was considered to be one of the great skeletal collections ever made. Gould, taking on this as a challenge, came to it in thinking that Morton was biased in the way he actually reported the data on the collection, but adding another layer of misinformation is not validating. It's something else which in a sense takes away from the true message, and that is that there shouldn't be this racism as we see in the world today. We're not saying that Morton wasn't a racist. I mean, certainly he was, but the idea, that scientific bias was so key in his work is incorrect. There are other reasons, essentially, why the tally came out the way that it did. It had to do with sampling. It had to do with a lot of use of specimens in particular ways, but not in his scientific methodology was he biased.